If you're active duty military or a veteran, and you've heard 10 different explanations on how VA loans work, you're not alone. Most people are confused not because VA loans are complicated, but because they're just explained poorly. So in this video, I want to explain how VA loans actually work in plain English. As if you're sitting across from me and said, "Can you just break this down for me?" No sales talk, no acronyms without explanation, just the nuts and bolts of the VA loan benefit. So let's start at the beginning, because everything else builds on this. What a VA loan is and isn't. It's not a special bank loan. It's not a charity. It's not risky. It's a VA loan benefit you earned through service. What the VA does is guarantee a portion of the loan for the lender. That guarantee reduces the lender's risk. And because of that, lenders can offer better terms like no down payment and more flexible guidelines. Now here's what the VA does not do. The VA does not lend you the money directly. The VA does not set your interest rate. And the VA does not approve or deny your loan. The lender does. Think of the VA as standing behind the loan, not issuing the loan. So a quick note before we keep going. I'm Ryan Paquin. I specialize in VA loans and working with active duty service members and veterans. I do this every day. The reason I'm walking you through this at this level of detail is because VA loans are misunderstood, and I want you to actually understand the benefit before you ever talk to a lender. Once you understand what a VA loan actually is, the next question is usually, okay, but do I even qualify? So VA loans are generally available to active duty service members, veterans, members of the National Guard or Reserves, and in some cases, surviving spouses. Eligibility is based on length and type of service, not rank, not income, and not whether you've used the benefit before. We confirm eligibility through something called a Certificate of Eligibility, or a COE. The COE does not mean you're approved. It simply confirms that the VA recognizes your service and your eligibility to use the benefit. Eligibility is just the first step. The part that confuses almost everyone after that is entitlement. Entitlement is not cash. You're not using up money. Think of entitlement as the VA saying, "We're willing to back this amount of loan for you." Most veterans today have what's called full entitlement, which means there's effectively no VA loan limit tied to entitlement anymore. That does not mean you can buy any house at any price. It simply means your buying power is based on your income, credit, and debt, not an artificial VA cap. And yes, you can use a VA loan more than once. You can reuse it after selling a home, and in some cases, even buy again while keeping a VA loan in place. This is where working with someone who truly understands VA rules matters. So once entitlement makes sense, the next question is usually, how much do I need to bring to the table? One of the biggest benefits of a VA loan is the ability to buy with zero down. That zero down option is not a loophole, and it's not risky when done correctly. The VA created this benefit to help service members buy homes without draining savings, especially during PCS moves or life transitions. Now, zero down does not mean zero responsibility. You still have to qualify, and the home still needs to meet basic property standards. In some cases, you can choose to put money down, but most veterans don't need to. At this point, most buyers say, okay, this sounds great, but what's the catch? Well, the VA funding fee. That's where the VA funding fee comes in. The VA funding fee is a one-time fee charged by the VA, not the lender, and its purpose is to keep the VA loan program running without relying on taxpayer funding. The amount depends on whether it's your first VA loan, whether you put money down, and now here's something important. Many veterans are exempt from the VA funding fee because you receive VA disability compensation or qualify for certain exemptions. So when you have that exemption, the VA funding fee is waived. A good VA lender checks this early, not after you're under contract. So now that we've covered how the loan itself works, let's talk about the part that worries most people: credit and income. The VA does not set a minimum credit score. Lenders do. In real life, VA loans are often more forgiving than conventional loans when the rest of the file makes sense. Income is evaluated based on stability and ability to repay, not perfection. VA loans also use something called residual income. That simply looks at how much money do you have left over each month after your obligations. It's designed to protect you, not restrict you. Once buyers feel comfortable qualifying, the next concern is usually the house itself. The VA appraisal and property condition, right? So VA appraisals have a bad reputation. Most of it's undeserved. VA appraisers are not looking for perfection. They're looking for homes that are safe, sound, and sanitary. Working utilities, no major safety hazards, a roof with life left, and most appraisal issues happen because expectations weren't set up front or the home wasn't prepared properly. VA appraisals don't kill deals. Poor preparation does. This is also where most of the VA horror stories come from. Why VA loans get a bad reputation. Usually it comes down to three things. First, lenders who don't know enough about VA loans. Second, agents who don't understand how to structure VA offers. And third, buyers who were never educated on the process. When everyone understands the rules, VA loans close smoothly every single day. So with all of that in mind, the real question becomes, who is a VA loan actually best for? VA loans are especially powerful for first-time homebuyers, active duty members dealing with PCS moves, veterans who want to preserve cash, and buyers who value long-term stability. Like any loan, it's not one size fits all, but when used correctly, it's one of the strongest home buying tools available. If you're active duty or a veteran, the most important thing to understand is this. The VA loan isn't about getting a deal. It's about using a benefit the right way. In future videos, I'll break down each part of the VA loan process step by step so you can make informed decisions and avoid unnecessary stress. If you're looking for clarity around VA loans, you're in the right place. If you're active duty and PCSing and you want to avoid common VA loan mistakes, text PCS to 3013321589 and I'll send you a quick breakdown to help you plan.